Greetings, dear viewers. It is time to make the sound to summon the stream. Alright, let's go ahead and stop that for now. Greetings, dear viewers. I'm Coil Quickcard, and welcome to RPG Maker MZ. Over the last several months, over most of the last year, I have been building a game in RPG Maker, while integrating as many ideas and suggestions from viewers as possible. And it's definitely not done, but there is a significant amount of content in the game now. And I wanted to create something that can serve as nice, like a jumping on point for people. So today I'm going to be showing off the game that we have been building. I'll show off the stuff that we've built so far, and sort of explain how we've gone through this, what sort of things people have contributed, and explain how you can contribute as well. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. This game, you can play this for yourself. There is a link in the description of this. It leads to an itch.io page. You can play it right on the browser. It'll work fine on mobile. The only weird little oddity with the controls on mobile is that you have to tap with 2 fingers if you want to like cancel or go back out of a menu. Otherwise works fine on mobile with touchscreens. You can also just play it keyboard, mouse, that'll work fine. There's a downloadable version there, good for Windows. Honestly, give it a try. If you see this and it looks like something you'd be interested in, please go ahead and give it a try yourself. I've also got my handy dandy page of notes here because I'm sure I will come across things that I want to change or adjust, so that'll be used for my patch notes. And I doubt it will be relevant, but in case I need to make any notes on my spreadsheet, I'll be able to do that as well. So let's go ahead and get into this as of yet unnamed community RPG project. Oh, nope, not that one. We want a new game. It is time for you to leave on your journey to find your parents, Ryu. What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? Of course you weren't born here. You're a dragon. You never noticed? Well, that's okay. The people of this village owe you a lot, and we all care about you. That's why we want you to find your place in the world. Hello again, Suleiman. Good luck, Ryu. Just know you can always come back to rest. You will always have a home here. Alright. So, our main character is Ryu the Dragon. He could bite people. And the way the stats are distributed, equipment, everything, very basic. You know, back to your like Super Nintendo era RPGs, nice and consistent. Yeah, that's all fine. This is actually a debugging tool, just in case I need to use that for anything. Alright. What is the main quest? Ostensibly, apparently, to find out about Ryu's parents, I guess. It's a little unclear. A lot of different ideas have been integrated into the project, so it's very kind of haphazard and scattershot. It goes in a lot of weird directions. I do my best to try and keep some kind of like a consistent thrust throughout it, but sometimes it's more difficult than others. Here's our save. Are you looking for your neighbor? I saw Thatcher over on the east side of the village. Your neighbor's house is locked? That eyesore of a tower to the east casts its shadow all the way to the forest. It's another peaceful day in Glarf. The sale of Pepsi here has been sanctioned by the Alter-ite Association. So, for some reason, there's a bunch of elven Walter White clones wandering the world. Started as a viewer suggestion, that's just what it is. We can buy bottles of Pepsi. These are our basic healing potions. There's a lot of Pepsi references. Sorry, but the Pepsi portation service is temporarily unavailable. We are currently investigating the cause. Sorry for any inconvenience. What engine do you use? This is RPG Maker MZ. The entire game was built in that system. Plant-type monsters are all weak against fire. You can try it on the toadstools in the forest. You sell a few things, but Ryu can't use regular armor. If you see my little Timmy out there, can you remind her to be home before sundown? Oh, Ryu, is that you? Where are you heading off to? You're leaving the village? But why? To find your family and your heritage? Wait, the bear told you that you're a dragon? Huh, I never noticed. I think I'll come with you. These old bones still want to see the world. And all the handsome men out there, too. So here is our first party member, Old Lady Thatcher. She uses magic, primarily. And we can now access her house, which has a piece of armor. A traveling hood. Good for a couple pieces, couple points of defense. We've got an overworld. The shadow is a little bit off. Okay. Fix building exits in Glarf. Fix the spire shadow. Just patch notes to improve later. And now we head into Glarf Forest. So, the viewers liked the cat person asset as I was flipping through, seeing what kind of enemies this area should have. So, yeah, now the forest has feral forest felines, and we're all just going to have to live with this. Do you consider this game held together by duct tape, hopes, and whatever suggestions? I actually think this is built pretty damn solidly. You'll get to see as we go some of the things I have built that really do push the limits of what I'm capable of doing in this engine without just programming my own plugins. And that is something you can do with RPG Maker. You can just write your own JavaScript plugins for the game and basically tweak the engine to do whatever you want. I am not a coder. So this entire game was built using RPG Maker's standard system, basically without any external modifications, and the vast majority of it is default assets. Some of them are official DLC assets, but Yeah, this is basically a default engine, default assets game. I've just been playing this. I've been building things with RPG Maker for almost 20 years, and I know how to get the most out of this engine, despite my own limitations. Will you publish this game? I mean, it's freely available right now. There should be a link in the description where you can actually play the game up, you know, through as much of it has been built so far. I would say there's less than 5 hours of gameplay there probably right now. But I mean, it's a neat little game. We just have to deal with this monster encounter rate. Leaf Wings joining the toxic toadstools here. But the game is free. I've never charged for the game, and I don't ever have any intention of making this a paid project. This is just a piece of passion, and I want it to be freely available to anyone who wants to give it a try. I am definitely not the world's most skilled RPG Maker developer, but I can do fun stuff with it. What was that? Alright, we heard an earthquake. Ah! Someone is in trouble. It came from further south. Let's hurry. Alright, so there was a little earthquake, and we heard a girl scream. Yeah, and just to let you know, you can play it on mobile. You are correct, Rainbow. It'll work on mobile. It'll work on desktop. It'll do fine. The tapping is a little awkward if you're on mobile. You have to tap with 2 fingers to, like, cancel or to back out of menus. I think also to just open the menu from the, like, regular screen. But it's doable. It's not a problem. We got some Pepsi. That's good. We got Surprise, so they're going to attack first. Yeah, I tried playing it. It was okay. See, I will take that. I will take okay. Because this game is kind of a mess. So if I can reach the level of okay, I'll take it. I just wish there was move like arrow buttons. Yeah, that would be nice. I think I actually just got something rare. Yeah, I got a loincloth. Literally just a scrap of fabric to cover the naughty bits. I think that's actually a rare drop from the forest felines. I'd forgotten I added that. Yeah, you hate the moving system. I can understand that. Dang it, Ryu, you're supposed to kill the leaf wings. Do 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 do. It has just occurred to me, I don't think there's any way to rest and just fully heal back in the starting town. Add a free rest and fully heal location in Glarf. That is really something that should be accessible from the beginning. Do 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 do. Alright, Rainbow, thanks for stopping by. But, yeah, the whole point of this game is that I love being able to integrate ideas that other people have. Help, I'm stuck! The ground collapsed, but how can we get down there safely? Luckily, Ryu has an idea. We make a little rope ladder. We're just going to save here real quick. If you ever have an idea for something that can be added to this game, Unless it is simply utterly beyond the scope of my skill, I will do my best to integrate it in some way. You can always just talk in chat to give suggestions. You can leave comments. Just any way that you can leave a suggestion for this game, I am always happy to take them. And the more, the merrier. Okay. So Ryu should have stayed on top of that. Adjust visual of Ryu going down the vines in the forest. Help me! He's got a guns! Drink this, Ryu. I had some extra Pepsi. So we get a full heal, and then our first boss fight. And per the viewer suggestions, the first boss is a gorilla with a lot of guns. Because for some reason, this is one of the game's default assets. Ouch. Okay. Just know that basically everything you see me build today took a lot of work to get it all to work seamlessly together and not be broken. Most of the game development time is spent trying to get something that you think should work to actually work. Alright. We defeated the boss and we found a bloodletter. Ryo reached level 4 and learned Draconic Resilience. Thatcher reached level 4. Timmy, are you alright? I want to go home. Don't worry, we'll get you home safe. The monkey got real mad when I tried to touch that thing. It looks pretty valuable. We should take it with us. So we found a mysterious green gem. And we take Timmy back home. Thank you so much for rescuing my little Timmy. It was our pleasure, John. You were really, really strong. You have to be careful in the forest, sweetie. You aren't strong enough to fight everything yet. I know, Dad. I didn't expect the ground to fall. So where are you heading to next? We will be heading to Spire Town. Lots of cute guys there. You're the worst, Thatcher. Oh, I know. I should equip that weapon that the gorilla dropped. Yes, it is a knife for Thatcher. A cruel knife used in occult rituals. We are fully healed. Yes. You have to be more careful. Even with your skills, one mistake can end your life. I know, Dad. Stop nagging me. A little privacy, please. Here's an idea. NPCs that sells basic stuff like a small bottle of Pepsi that heals less than a normal bottle of Pepsi. There is a crafting system that we will get to, which lets you build stuff like that. Alright, let's check all of the dialogue. Still, we can definitely add some extra NPCs. Okay. So let's integrate the idea. NPCs at various places that sell small small basic consumables. Welcome back, Ryu. Has your journey been going well? Ryu, are you really leaving? that eyesore of a tower. I'm just checking all the dialogue. This is part of my debugging process. Another peaceful day in Glarf. We can get a few things here, but we don't particularly need them. The village of Glarf. Alright, let's go. And yes, there is in fact supposed to be a giant shadow over part of the forest. So, Ryu learned Draconic Resilience. Increases defense and spirit for several turns. Do 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 do. Try out your new knife. Good job, Thatcher. Do 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 do. Good work, Thatcher. Good work, Ryu. And good work, Thatcher. Okay, so now we are here on the other side of the forest. We've got a pyramid up here. Why is Ryu, like, in battle looking... Ryu looks like a humanoid in battle because I don't have any way with the default tools of creating an in-battle sprite that looks anything like a dragon. So the best I could do is go with a humanoid model and stick as much dragon-looking armor and accessories on him as possible. Which doesn't quite work, but it's best I can do. This was another viewer suggestion for this town. Spire Town, with a giant spire sticking out of it, stretching far, far, far up into the sky. And it is the shadow of this tower, which is cast all the way across the forest. Welcome to Spire Town. You! Did you come from the forest? Did you see my son in there? I don't think we saw anybody else as we left. I'm so worried. He was supposed to be back home hours ago. He's probably still playing with all his guns, so at least he's probably safe. But I'm still worried. Maybe I should go check with the information center. Maybe one of the lookouts saw something. You don't think... Yeah, we might have killed her son. Whoops. Oh no, what have we done? We might want to keep this quiet for now. So, it might be worth checking out the information center, though. They might know something about your parentage. So, that's a whole thing. That's going to be tying into a side quest that we're going to get to later, where we're able to revive the gorilla with a lot of guns. This is the spire. Only authorized people may enter. I cannot allow just anyone to enter the spire. Good, that's working. I hope an earthquake doesn't happen in Spiral Town. It doesn't happen yet. Please excuse me, I'm busy right now. Good, just talked to all the flavor NPCs. You should make sure to check the shops in new towns for any upgrades to your equipment. It can really make a difference. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this thing fixed. We need to fix that. Fix dialogue of man at lamp in southeast Spire Town. You have the whiff of magic around you, ma'am. Who, me? I only know a few simple tricks. Oh, no. You're a wizard, ma'am. I am certain of your potential. Really? I actually have a couple of magical scrolls on me. Would you be interested in buying one of them? What are you offering? I have a scroll of healing and a scroll of prayer of light. You can have one or the other for 100 bottle caps. So, tell me about the spells. The healing spell will recover the health of a single ally by half of their maximum. The Prayer of Light spell will recover the health of everyone in your party by 1/5 of their maximum. So I will take the Scroll of Healing. You purchase the Scroll of Healing. Thank you for your business, dearie. Keep an eye out for others like me on your journey. We always have new spells to offer the budding magic users of the world. And we can use this. Teaches Thatcher the spell Healing. Heals a single target for half their max. Thatcher learned Healing. Thatcher does have Healing. Restores health equal to half the target's maximum health. If it does happen, the whole tower will fall sideways and crush everything. The tower is too long. Yeah, it wouldn't be pretty. Hello, hello, Light. Hello, Quill. Yes, my sleep schedule is fucked again. Hold on, we need to turn that on. We've actually got people talking in chat, so best to turn that on. Do. Keep talking to flavor NPCs. If you are looking to get stronger, you can try your luck at the pyramid to the west. The spire is so big that the lookouts they have up there can see almost anything that happens on half the planet. They say nobody really knows how tall the spire actually is. I'm hoping to get chosen to serve as a watchman on the spire someday. Coulter Kite, you want the good stuff, right? I offer only the very best. By that he means Pepsi. Just how high up does this spire really go? Have you ever wondered just how high up this tower goes? It rises above the clouds. It touches the very stars. But that's all well documented already. But how much further does it go? I dream of finding out someday. Wait, you're a dragon, aren't you? Dragons can fly under their own power and tend to be rather resistant to environmental hazards. Say, would you mind helping me gather some information? I want you to fly up the tower with this sensor, as high as you can go. If you get far enough, I'll gladly pay you for the data. But be careful up there. Strange monsters fly all around the tower. Collide with them 3 times, and you'll have to come back. That says knack down. Fix dialogue of Spireflight NPC. Knack should be back. Come and talk to me anytime you're willing to try flying up the tower. So, now it's time to show off a minigame that was added significantly after this town was built. And this minigame represents about 6 hours of work trying to make it work. So let's try a spire flight. Excellent. Remember, dodge the monsters as best you can. The further you go, the harder it gets. If you get hit 3 times, you'll have to come back down. Alright. Ready? Go! So, easy enough, you just have to not get hit. You can't move up and down, you can only move left and right. The enemies generate in random patterns. This was so unbelievably difficult to build and make work. I mean, holy crap. Easily the most complicated thing I have ever built in RPG Maker. It is so involved. And like I said, yeah, probably between 6 to 8 hours of work just to make this minigame function. I am extremely proud of it. I had to have so many bits and pieces that had to all work together. Debugging it took forever. Alright, so now we're going faster. Just Don't let anything touch you. Okay. Alright, bye, silly man. Thanks for coming. Damn it. Alright, that registered as... Damn it. Okay. That's registered as being hit twice. Okay. The sound of getting hit needs to be louder, too. Okay, we cleared stage 2. Yeah, God. It's so hard. I assume the RPG Maker doesn't really support these kinds of stuff. Oh, it supports it. I mean, I was able to build it. I was able to make it work. It's just... It's an absolute spider web of individual events. That was fantastic. You did great. I got some very valuable date from your flight. Okay. Date should be data. And he gave me 1,000 bottle caps for that. I know how rough it gets up there. Going any further requires extreme luck and skill. It would not be realistic to expect you to do... It would not be realistic to expect you to do any better than you already have. But if you'd like to try again, you are more than welcome. So there we go. That is the Spire Flight minigame. We have so much money. We'll worry about shopping in a bit. For now, we're going to head to the Information Center. Welcome to the Information Center. We know almost everything. So yeah, the whole concept here was that I needed a way to get exposition, and I had no idea how to do it, but the Spire suggestion made me realize, hey, you've got this giant spire, probably you could put people up there and see things, maybe one of them saw something. Please don't distract me. Past here is the Archive of Lore. You can learn more about all the places you have traveled to. Only employees may proceed past this point. Please, you have to know something. I'm so worried about my son. Did I fill out the forms properly this time? Did I fill the forms out properly this time? Yeah, that does work. Stop bothering me. This is important. I'm trying to find out if cooties are real. So, this room here... as you travel to different places throughout the game, more books appear, and all of these books provide lore and background on the world. So, Glarf Village. Glarf is a small fishing village nestled between the forest and the lake west of Spire Town. Okay. The book is titled Glarf Forest. The forests to the west, that is... No, that's right, west of Spire Town, are the home of a race of sapient but feral catboys, who spend their days hunting, stalking, or harassing both the local wildlife and those passing through. Okay. And Spire Town. The great spire for which Spire Town is named is far older than the town itself. Excavations reveal that numerous settlements have been built and raised in the area over thousands of years. Yet none of the artifacts uncovered reveal anything about when the spire was built or how. It has stood stalwart since time immemorial. Nobody knows how high it reaches, despite hundreds of attempts to reach the top. If the spire has an apex, it is beyond the reach of modern technology or taumaturgy. Lookout posts built onto the spire in more recent times make it the perfect... Fix the book. Fix the Spire Town lore book. Make it the perfect place to observe the happenings of the wider world. I should actually have a second NPC. Make a second NPC in the Information Center accessible who can explain basic gameplay terms and functions. That'll work. Is there a book about the meaning of life? No, but I can add one. Add a lore book Explaining the meaning of life. Alright, so the meaning of life is now going to be added to the game. Welcome to the Information Center. How may I help you? We're trying to find information about this young man's parentage. You mean the dragon? We can't really, help with that. Until you fill out the proper forms. They're over there on the table. Oh, alright. Oh boy, this might take a while. You want a book about gooblet biology? I don't know what a gooblet is. 2 hours later. Alright, we filled out the forms. Now, can you help us? Let's see. Seeking observation records regarding personal identity, parentage, and associated details of blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. From date whatever to whenever. Identifying information, blood type, organ donor check. This all seems to be in order. It sure took long enough. Very well. Please give me a few minutes while I look through our records. Good. I was able to find a number of relevant lookout records. These are dated from about 16 years ago. Date, October 16th, 462. Observer Thomas. A pair of dragons spotted in the northern mountains. Appears to be building a nest. Date, October 25th, 462. Observer Yaris. Dragon pair confirmed to be nesting. 2 eggs confirmed at this time. Gooblet is a creature that was first created by a YouTuber named Isako. My profile is a gooblet. I would have to educate myself on that and see if it was something that could be integrated. Date, February 5th, 463. Observer Thomas. Man spotted observing the nesting dragons. Equipment suggests a dragon slayer. Date, February 12th, 463. Observer Thomas. Dragon Slayer observed engaged in hostilities with nesting dragons. Both dragons killed. Dragon Slayer seemed to be significantly wounded during battle. Left the area soon after. Date, February 13th, 463. Observer Yaris. Dragon nest scavenged by local wildlife. 1 egg destroyed. Date, February 14th, 463. Observer Thomas. Remaining dragon age hatched overnight. Hatchling health quickly declining. Yep. Rhea was born on Valentine's Day. Date, February 15th, 463. Observer Thomas. Man observed scavenging around dragon nesting site, seen leaving with the hatchling. That appears to be the last relevant record in our archives. Oh, right. Another note I forgot to make. Increase volume of impacts during Spire Flight minigame. Okay, so our parents are dead. Oh, Ryu. I'm sorry for your loss. Since this is the last recorded observation in the archives, it is possible that the nesting site has been undisturbed since. You may be able to find out something more if you go there. Then again, you might not. It has been a long time. Where was this dragon nest? According to the reports, it was pretty deep in the mountain range near Howling Peaks. It would not be easy to get there. I agree, it's worth a try. The best way to get started would be to go through one of the old shafts in the mines. Some of them go quite deep into the mountains. Why do I look offline in Discord? Because I'm not online in Discord. I do not keep Discord active on my desktop. I'm glad that we could help. Best of luck to you. But I regularly check Discord throughout the day on my phone. Sorry, but the Pepsi portation service is temporarily unavailable. Good. And what dialogue do you have now? Okay, he just says best of luck to you. Good. That is functioning the way it should. The gate works like it should. Alright, let's check out the pyramid. Welcome to the tricky pyramid. Okay. Fix welcome sign into the pyramid. Welcome to the tricky pyramid. Test your mind and body to earn amazing treasures. The gate won't open from this side. Good. Okay. So, if this works properly, we will not be able to get any further into the pyramid right now. It's got some kind of combination lock. You'd have to be some kind of a Pepsi wizard to get through this door. Okay, good. All of this is functioning the way it should be. Now we can head to the mines. Sir, I am telling you that the deep caverns are too dangerous. I'm telling you I'll be fine. Letting you go alone would be as good as killing you myself. I'm trying to save your life, trying to save your damn life, you fool. Blasted, I'm no weakling. I've got enough Pepsi running through my veins that I'm practically a god. Your delusions are not helping your cause. I don't know what you've been drinking, but you need to go sleep it off. Now. But I won't be going alone. These fine folks are coming with me. Shut up, just play along. I'll toss a few caps your way, so zip it. Sent me the origin of gooblets. Thank you for that. I'll check that out later. Fine, whatever. Get yourself killed. Won't even be worth doing the paperwork. I doubt anyone still remembers RPG Maker engines. More so, remember where to play one. Kind of getting obscure, but at least it's still around. Yeah, it's still perfectly fine. I mean, they're even still... The latest one is even still receiving official plugins and DLCs, so... It's all good. Quite the looker you are. Whoa, slow down there, Granny. I ain't had that much Pepsi. Worth a shot. What are y'all doing here? Don't look like diggers. We are making for the deeper areas of the mountains, looking for an old dragon nest. Oh, are you now? Sounds lucrative. You know, I hear the deeper parts of these caves are pretty dangerous. We might be better off going together. Oh? You didn't seem too worried a moment ago. I just don't want anything bad to happen to such a pretty young lady, of course. You're not fooling anybody around here. But you still might be right. I'm Thatcher, and this fine young dragon here is Ryu. Name's Malter. Malter Matt the Pepsi Man. Let's work our way north. That's where the old caverns are. Got a few bottles of the good stuff on me. You're welcome to those too. Malter gave you 3 bottles of Pepsi Monster. So, Pepsi Monster is our ether for the game. It restores your stamina, which is your MP. Just remember, I tried to warn you. Want to rest for a bit? Yes. Very good. Alright. So now that we have Malter, let's stop back in town and grab some gear. Hello. Okay, a vintage cap bow. That'll be nice. Leather cap is still an upgrade. I'll be fine without that stuff. I miss sleeping in bed outdoors. It's not outdoors, it's in a cave. They'll be fine. It's not a problem. And Maltermite, who fights using cat bows, and has special bottles of Pepsi, and has cap mail armor. Maltermite, again, this character has basically just been designed by viewer suggestions. He is a Pepsi-mancer. He has a skill called Line Goes Up, where you spend all your current stamina and gain an equal amount of bottle caps. Enrichment increases the bottle caps earned from this battle and increases the chance of enemies dropping items. And then Bottle Cap Rain lets you spend your money to deal damage to the enemies. So, yeah, bottle caps are the currency. Because for some reason in the early sessions of this game, we really went all in on just having this be like a world that has been heavily influenced by soft drinks. I don't know why, but that's what the viewers suggested, and that is what I have integrated, and now it is an integral part of this world. Here's an idea. Pepsi Monster. It spawned from an accident in the Pepsi brewery. Alright, added to the list. Pepsi Monster Boss. Alright, Pepsi Monster Boss added to the to-do list. Okay. Interesting. An old-style bottle lock door. Haven't seen one of these in a long time, but shouldn't be too hard to... There! It's so fancy and glowy. What is it? Legally required information posting. What? Yep. Date last inspected. Date of last maintenance. Disclaimer for visitors. By entering this room, you forfeit the rights to damages caused by injury, or blah blah blah. Pretty standard dungeon stuff, really. Alright. So here's the first floor, working our way down the pyramid. Where others have fallen before you, dare not stop beside them. Seek the deathless path to proceed. So what does this mean in practicality? It means that you cannot step on any of the spots adjacent to the skeletons. Because they are spikes. So, if you want to maneuver, you have to step on only the spots that are not adjacent to skeletons. We got Spike Stepper Boots, which are good for speed and luck. Honestly, I would rather have speed on Thatcher the Healer. Ouch. Is this accessible from this side? I think so. Yeah, alright, there's 500 bottle caps. Just gotta get through very carefully. Alright, next level of the pyramid. So this is a 2-floor section with pits that drop you into the floor below. A pretty basic type of maze, but I think it works. It's nothing special. Mostly it just, you know, it gives a little extra time in the pyramid, makes it a little bit longer of a dungeon. And we fall here, and we go up here. And then that has us fall on the outer ring. No random encounters here. The pyramid only has static encounters, and only has them on a single floor, which serves as a combat gauntlet. Which is where we are going to right now. So, battle number 1 against the Snake Charmer. Ryu, you're up. Enrichment. Why not get some more money after this? Thatcher, you're up. Malter, use your cat bow. Damn, I gave these things a lot of health. Not bad, though. Alright, so 80 experience and 200 bottle caps. We also found a Pepsi monster. Fight number 2. 2 scorpions. Thatcher can go ahead and heal on Ryu. Go Ryu! Okay, Scorpion down. We still have a few fights to go, and we want to conserve a bit. Dude, you managed to make a very detailed-looking enemy, but not a dragon-looking dragon. Again, these are default assets. These are just a normal part of the assets included with RPG Maker. The character creator... I can actually show you what I mean here. Okay, debug code 3 is for saving. Alright, so we have 5 sand blizzards. Once I'm done with here, I'll show you what I mean. We're actually just going to drop a bottle cap rain. We're going to drop 200 bottle caps and just kill the whole fight. Okay, bottle of Capsy. Ree is level 5. Thatcher is level 5. And we're going to drop our code 003 debug command. There we go. So, the characters are done by this character generator. Basically, I can come in here and I can generate characters of different types just by, you know, combining different types of presets. So, you know, basically, this is how I generate my player characters. You can adjust clothing, colors, all sorts of stuff. And yeah, old faces are defaults that you can do and work with on here. So the character generator is a default tool that I use to create original characters. And that's how Ryu and everybody else was made. So this is the set of presets, of preset things in the character generator that I used to make Ryu. So primarily it's a combination of dragon armor, like a dragon helmet, then just, you know, some coloring, adjusting the skin color so that it looks a little bit seamless. It's not great, but it is the best I can do. Meanwhile, the actual enemy images, these are all just default assets included with the game. And among those did include the Lamia or Medusa. Yeah. So all I did is just adjust the hue a little bit. How big is the textures? 6 textures for which? The monster textures range from in a number of different sizes. This enemy size is 174 by 202 pixels. Real big enemy sizes can be closer to 500 by 320. The player assets, I can go ahead and bring that up here. There we go. Documentation, asset standards. The regular map world characters are... They basically can run any size. It's just that they have to be arranged in a specific way on the sprite sheet. As for the side view characters, images are stored in a file of 9 by 6. The width, the image is 9. Yeah, it's 64 by 64 for the in-battle player characters. And then whatever character you can come up with, the character generator is also able to generate the battle sprites for them as well. And I didn't actually... Okay, good. I didn't actually change the egg. Alright, let's hop back in. Yeah, if you want to try making one, any asset that anyone makes for me to add to the project, unless I have like a specific reason not to do it, and that's basically just going to be like offensive content, but anybody who makes an asset for the project, I will absolutely integrate it. And there's a link in the description of this video to the community Discord. And on the RPG Maker channel there, I do have links to and descriptions of the various asset standards for anyone who's more visually inclined and wants to do that. I do not have that kind of visual skill of my own. I am a storyteller more than like a graphical artist. Easy enough. Easy enough. Okay. And here is the 5th battle in the gauntlet. A snake charmer, a scorpion, and a sand lizard. Thatcher, heal yourself, please. Ryu. Let's focus on the ads. Scorpions seem weakest. Malter, go ahead and do your enrichment. You are being a real pain here, enemies. I'm having to use my time and energy just trying to heal. I think one regular attack kills the scorpion. I was wrong. That is unfortunate. Okay. Thatcher, go for the sand lizard. Oh, Ryu's been mind-controlled. The mind control effect is basically a one-turn confusion effect. Oh crap, okay. That's actually really annoying. But we'll be okay. See? Oh my god, she has an absorption effect. I forgot about that. Thanks, Malter. I really needed you to shoot me. Not bad, not bad. This is a really good enemy. Most of these things I designed just a long time ago. Is there a way to make enemies really smart in combat? Like, they'll really use any means to defeat you? I have complete control over the enemy logic, and I can apply a wide range of conditionals to that logic. So, Malter hit level 6 and learned Cap Flick. There's all sorts of stuff I can do with the enemy AI. I can have enemies in distinct phases. I can have enemies that grow more strong as their health decreases. Basically, I can do whatever I want with the enemies for their combat logic. So we made it to the bottom of the pyramid. We found a scroll of Pyramid's Curse, a bottle of Dr. Pepper, a mysterious ancient tablet. You have unlocked a new game feature. Do you want to automatically win random battles you are over-leveled for? Yes, I do. You can change this option at any time by using the tablet auto-win from the special tab in your inventory. And we're going to have Thatcher use this scroll, Pyramid's Hex. Teaches Thatcher the spell, Pyramid's Hex. Damage and weaken an enemy. So now she learns Pyramid's Hex deals dark elemental damage to an enemy and reduces their offensive powers. Very nice. And yes, we are now able to enable or disable the auto-win if I'm over-leveled for stuff. And you found some dragon scales. They are reacting to Ryu's presence. Ryu's scales and claws have grown stronger. Ryu is not able to use equipment. However, as you find objectives like this throughout the game, his claws and his scales will upgrade, continually increasing his stats. And those are the rewards for the pyramid. Here's a final boss idea, you. You and the characters figure out there's not really, and their world was made by you, their goals are fake. Everything is Blizz, it doesn't fit. So I'm defunding. I don't think I fully understand what you mean. You'll have to clarify a little more. Let's make sure that the auto-win mechanic is functioning as intended. Leafwing emerge. Ryu party's got the upper hand. The enemies are significantly weaker than the party. The auto-win tablet automatically defeats the enemies. There you go. If you are a certain level cap, if the sum of the levels of your party members is at a certain threshold over the enemy encounter, it will just automatically end it and give you the rewards. Alright. So now we are finally ready to head through the mines. First, a quick rest. The mines are not the most exciting place I've ever built. There's a lot of treasure chests spread throughout the mines. Most of them just have a few bottle caps in them. We get to keep a flat 10% of the bottle caps we dig out on top of regular pay. Not bad. Best stand clear. Walls are a bit iffy in this shaft. Good day. Thinking of joining up with the mining guild? No, I am not. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. This way leads out of the mines toward the town of Chill. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. Good. I shouldn't have been able to go this way. I hope this blizzard stops soon. This exit leads to the tundra and to chill. If you're looking for the mountain peak, head further north. The blizzard outside is too dangerous right now. We're not heading out, and we aren't letting you out there either. Only thing I don't like about the textures is that I think the mountains should be connected. Oh, the mounds? Yeah. If I actually had the power to just generate whatever assets I desired, there's definitely a lot of little tweaks and changes I would make. Bottle caps, bottle caps. This leads to a deeper part of the mine. Be careful. You'll find dangerous creatures if you go any further north. Nothing up that way anyhow, except for an old exit leading to the mountains. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottle caps. 5 bottles of Pepsi. So that's the treasure if you actually bother opening everything. Eventually, you'll find bottles of Pepsi. We also found Dr. Pepper earlier. A mysterious non-cola based drink of some kind. Restores all health and stamina. Dr. Peppers are your elixirs. Alright, so this part of the cave actually has encounters. And first up, a resilient egg. The thing about the egg, though, is that we can't hurt it. Hello, what? The egg is hatching. We're not even scratching it. Don't you worry none. My bottle cap rain can break through any defense, and these things ain't all that tough, really. Just a few caps will be enough to shatter them. So, yes, Maltermite's Bottle Cap Rain, on top of being a significant source of damage, bypasses all defenses. So we can just throw the minimum amount of caps, which I think is 5% of what I'm carrying, and we win. So that was the tutorial on how to kill super resilient enemies and how to use Bottle Cap Rain. And now random encounters are active in this area. Malter also learned Cap Flick. Flick a spare bottle cap at the enemy to deal non-elemental damage. There we go. It's not really all that strong, but it is... It is all 100% accurate. Nothing can avoid it. And the damage that it does basically bypasses defenses. So, it is a little extra thing. Maltermite OP. Yes, Maltermite is OP. He alone is fully capable of generating infinite amounts of money. And since Bottle Cap Rain is based on the amount of money that you have, he can essentially deal an infinite amount of damage. Well, not really infinite. I mean, it's finite, but it's absolutely enough to kill anything. I don't think Cap Flick will actually kill this. No. Okay, good. So, let's see what happens if we actually let the egg hatch. It turns into a worm hatchling. And worm hatchlings hit very hard. Ryu, can you finish it? Thank you, Ryu. Perfect. So we got a few bottle caps from the treasure there. Few more crabs to fight. Ooh, a big crit from Ryu. Killed in one hit. That is great. When we get to the next boss, I will show off Thatcher's... Oh, Malter got poisoned. When we get to the next boss, I will show off Thatcher's new spell, the Pyramid's Curse. We found a bottle of Pepsi. Cavern crabs and bottle cap mimics. Come on, Ryu. I actually really like your idea, Suleiman, of just adding some more NPCs around in different places to buy things from. That'll also help incentivize players to keep your money levels low enough, hopefully, that Malter will not just be the immediate solution to every single problem with absurd amounts of money. Okay, another egg. We know how to deal with eggs. And we spend 5% of our caps to insta-kill the egg. This is definitely not some of my best map work. Bottle of Pepsi Monster. Good. Gotta love conveniently placed merchants in the most treacherous places. Bravely Default, when I played that, I truly thought it was crazy that there was a merchant who would basically just show up in, like, the hardest of dungeons. And it was always like, why are you here? How are you here? What do you want? How do you survive this? And then he was actually available as a super boss, and the answer to all those questions is just, he's that freaking strong. Bravely Default was such a wonderful game. I think games like Bravely Default and Bravely Default 2 really show that there is still a place in people's hearts for old-style RPGs like this. I fully know that it's nostalgia that has me so attached to this type of game, but, you know, I think that's enough. And at the end of the day, I'm able to do a lot of cool stuff by making games of my own. I love being able to create fun experiences for other people. And I love being able to collaborate on a project. It's a lot of fun to just take people's ideas and their suggestions and try to make some kind of sense out of it as I build a game world. Alright, we found a bottle of Pepsi Topaz. That is actually a piece of equipment for Malter Might. A special bottle of orange-flavored Pepsi Reserve. So it's just held in his offhand, basically the slot where like a shield would go, and just raises his stats a bit. And this project, to reiterate, is absolutely not finished. This is very much a live and ongoing project. What I'm doing today is really just showing off everything that has been built so far, so that people who come to this project later could use this as a jumping on point. Alright. I don't really like classic turn-based RPGs, but I can understand the appeal of story and funny numbers. Alright, look out. Here comes trouble. Alright, boss time. Worm Queen. And this is the music that I've basically used for bosses ever since, because this is just awesome. Alright, let's start with the Pyramid's Hex. This will reduce the amount of damage it can deal to me with its attacks. But also, Ryu, go ahead and harden your scales. Malter, let's go with Enrichment so we can get a bunch more rewards after the fight. Worm Queen violently shakes the ground. Everybody got damage. I mean, I'm not going to be doing anything else this fight. I might as well go with Line Goes Up. You earned 575 bottle caps. Ooh. Okay, Thatcher's been paralyzed. I'm still able to use Bottle Cap Rain. That's going to be important. Alright, the Worm Queen laid an egg. Alright, so we need to get rid of the egg. There we go. Hello, Rainbow. Keep going. Thatcher needs to heal herself. We also need to reapply the Pyramid's Hex. Alright, Worm Queen laid another egg. Another Bottle Cap Rain. Alright, both of the eggs have been dealt with. If you let both of the eggs hatch in this fight, it's a real problem. Alright, Pyramid's Hex. Good. Ryu, you've got the stamina for one more Dragon Bite. Come on, Malter. Got her. The Worm Queen. The ruler of the underground. Only thing that scares her is her husband, Worm King. Alright, Ryu reached level 7, Thatcher reached level 7. And we're back out to the overworld. So there's a little cabin here. Ah, you folks look pretty cold. Care to take a rest? Yes, please. If you're heading further into the mountains, keep your eyes sharp and feet firm. It's pretty dangerous up there. Alright. And let's go into an area where I actually got to show off my map designing skills significantly better. The Howling Peaks. First, we cross the frozen lake. And here we're going to be fighting a lot of wolves. So first fight is the Wolfpack Mutts. I think they're weak to fire. Yes. Keep going. Thatcher, kill that one. Alright, not bad. We have a lot of mountain to climb. You looked inside the small hole but didn't find anything. Here is a Wolfpack Man-Beast. A bit more dangerous than the Mutts. I'm lying, of course. It's still weak to fire. This is probably one of the worst interiors I ever built in this project, to be honest. It's just not good. Thatcher, you're up. One attack from Ryu and one attack from Malter kills another one. Thatcher, kill it. Excellent. Another successful battle. Dude, yeah, I'm not gonna walk 2 steps and fight you. The Flurry. Okay, that's a new type of enemy. I'd completely forgotten about this one. Oh! Okay, they can lock my abilities. Interesting. There's always the option to remake it, add a blue filter, change the walls to be more cavernous, add some stalactites. Yeah, I could. I could improve it, but it's such a small section of the game. If I spent the time to bring every map I designed for this up to the quality level I wish it could be, it would basically triple the development time. And this is already a very slow burn project. Yeah, let's go. Oh my god, there's so many enemies in this cave. Much better. Oh! Alright, so there's holes you can fall into. And then if you do, you have to wiggle around to get out. The Wolfpack Purebreed. Here's an item idea. Old Pepsi. It has expired 100 years ago, smells so bad. When equipped by anyone from the party, prevents enemies from coming close, but it also cuts your walking speed in half. I don't think I can do the walking speed in half based on having an item equipped flag, but I was definitely going to at some point have an item that would stop random encounters. So, random encounter stopping item is expired Pepsi. That is a brilliant idea. That is going to be added to the project. Alright, and let's see if we can take out this pure breed. Alright, it howls wildly. It has buffed itself. Oh, okay, a pure breed in 2 months. That's a little more of a problem. Malter. Let's spend 390 caps. That is a pretty significant amount of bottle caps to spend, but it does make the fights go faster, and I'm still sitting at over 3,000 bottle caps. Okay, Pepsi Monster. More Wolfpack. Malter, you're up. Thank you, Malter. Oh. There we go. Wiggle out. a man-beast. That shouldn't be a problem. The walking speed thing was supposed to be a side effect. I mean, so I could have an equipped item just reduce the wearer's speed stat in battle. This hole has a bottle of Pepsi in it. It is also possible to reduce the speed at which the player actually walks on the overworld. But that one would be very difficult to have only apply while you have a certain item equipped. But if you're happy with it just like crippling the character's speed stat in battle, I mean, that is super easy. I can literally just apply a flag and then it'll be like 10% speed. Alright. So here we've got another cave with a cliff, but we can't go up it. But there is a hole, and this one you fall down. Sure. I've got the stuff to spend. Alright. Oof, that is annoying. You're happy with it? Okay. Random encounter item as expired Pepsi. Equipping it cripples the wearer's speed. Alright, that'll be very easy to build. Get him, Ryu. Yeah, regular attack should work here. Nice. Let's just get a treasure. A scroll of frostbite. So, another new spell for Thatcher. Teaches frostbite. Deals damage over time and slows the target. And we can make a rope to quickly get out of that cave. Nothing in that hole. Another pure breed. What about a slow and steady charm for Thatcher that increases damage but decreases speed and maximum stamina? And when Thatcher becomes young, it just nerfs you. That is interesting. An accessory for Thatcher that reduces her speed and max stamina, but greatly boosts her magic. I love that. I could have it be like an elder staff or something. Your list is going to be so long after this stream. I mean, to be fair, these are the only notes I've added so far today. And all of this are the notes I already have for the project. As I said, this is a slow burn project. It takes time. Many of these ideas are not going to be integrated for several weeks at a minimum. What's that smell? Sulfur, I think. A hot spring in a place like this? Perfect for a quick rest. Ah, much better. Anybody else hear that? Sounds like footsteps. Big ones. Alright. Here is our boss, the Wendigo. Thatcher, I didn't actually mean to go to guard. Okay. He stunned Malter. Damn it, I hit guard again. Damn it, Thatcher! Why won't you help me? Oof, okay, Thatcher is stunned. Let's go with enrichment. Oh boy. Yeah, that hurt. Okay, Thatcher's back on her feet. Line goes up. We earned 893 bottle caps. Oh, stop picking on Thatcher! I need her spells! Bottle of Pepsi, Thatcher. Okay, Thatcher, come on, seriously, I need your help here. Malter, I guess you're basically on Pepsi duty. Okay, Thatcher, let's go for Pyramid's Hex. Alright, good. That is a solid chunk of damage. Move my cursor out of the way. There's another Ice Storm. Does Frostbite work on you? Okay, it is. I think we need a big bottle cap rain. 940 damage. He's gonna take damage every turn. That's okay. A Wendigo, a human-like monster. He pretends to be a human when hunting. Only thing that scares him is not finding clothes that fit him. Thatcher, we need a firebolt. That's my girl. Okay, he is significantly weaker under the Pyramid's Hex. Frostbite already wore off. We need more Frostbite. Oof. Alright, he's not hexed anymore. I'm most worried about Thatcher's HP. Got him. I do enjoy my tea. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of experience. So we did have a net loss on bottle caps for that fight, but only by like 150. And we also found a Diet Pepsi. Ryu is level 8, Thatcher is level 8, and learned to charge. What is that? Looks like a magic staff. Don't mind if I do. You found a Staff of Ice Storm. So that spell he was using, the one that would hit 4 times on random targets? Yeah, Thatcher can cast that now. As long as she has that staff equipped, she can use Ice Storm. It's very expensive, but very powerful. Thatcher also learned Charge, which restores a random amount of stamina, but scales with Thatcher's level. So Thatcher has a form of self-recovery And that is this dungeon. Let's just proceed to the top and advance the story. So here is where the dragon nest was. This is where Ryu was born. Is this... It's definitely the bones of a dragon. Ryu, do you think this might be... What's with the silence? I think this is where Ryu was born. And those are the bones of... Are you alright, Ryu? I wondered if you were coming all the way up here. I had a feeling. Who are you? My name is Legolas. I mean you no harm. I am a scholar, I suppose. I've spent many a year learning of the creatures in these mountains, both living and the dead. And what do you want? That dragon. You're rather young, aren't you? Ignorant, I think, in the potential of your kind. I could help you learn to unlock that power, if you wish. And what do you want in return? You have already given me what I wanted. I have long desired access to this place, to study the bones here, but I was never strong enough to face that creature. And what do you know of dragon lore? Not much, but enough. You see that glowing stone by the skull, don't you? Touch it, and its power will become yours. Amongst the half-broken skull is a faintly glowing blue gem. Ryu reaches out and touches it with a claw. Ryu's scales and claws have grown stronger. See? Dragons can absorb bits of power from where other dragons have fallen. You should take that gem. There is more power it yet hides. Ryu took the blue dragon gem. That thing looks familiar. Didn't we find another gem like that in the forest? Oh? You've seen this type of gem before, have you? You might even be capable of dragon shifting, then. Dragon whatin'? Dragon shifting. It's a little complicated, and this place isn't quite suited to a long talk. Why don't you come back to my place? You can rest up there, and I can explain everything. So, back in the cabin, and that's how it works. Did you catch all of that? Oh, well, that's alright. They say the best way to learn is by doing. Come, let us spar a bit. Legolas. The time has come. Remember what I have taught you. Focus and draw upon the power of the dragon gem. So, this is the big mechanic with Ryu, is that he is able to turn into different dragon forms that have some different stats and a few different abilities, mostly based on element. So, as a blue dragon, he has access to Ice Breath, and Dragon Bite has now been replaced with Feeding, where you can bite an enemy to drain some stamina from them, and might also poison them. So Ryu's got some self-recovery now, and their breath attacks are very powerful. You did it! You should now be able to freely shift between the powers of any dragon gems you have found. Right now you carry a blue and green dragon gem. Come, test your new powers. So we can dragon shift to green, transform into green dragon form, and grant other party members 50% resistance to physical damage. So dragon shifting grants a powerful buff to everybody except Ryu. That blue dragon form resists ice-type damage, and will while causing your own attacks to deal ice-type damage. And your green dragon form is much more resistant to physical attacks. And in green dragon form, we don't have Ice Breath, but we do have Dragon Roar. Whenever you shift forms, you will create a powerful burst of magic that will protect your allies. Get in here, you two. I feel like that shouldn't be that. Something is not right. It's not hitting with a claw attack. I can tell by the sound and the animation. Oh, nope, that's from my other project. Look into Green Dragon Ryu not attacking with claws. So that's something I'm going to have to fix. Anyway, now we can just attack because this is just a static fight. Excellent. That is enough for now. Excellent. You learn quickly. You can also use the Dragon Gems outside of battle from the special section of your items menu if you want to change forms without using any stamina. If you want to continue to grow more powerful, you should head toward the town of Chill, south of here. You can reach it by going through the southeastern exit of the mines. Thank you for all you've done. It has been a pleasure. Very good. Okay, so we need to fix the resting dialogue in Snowfield Cabin post Dragon Shift tutorial. Legolas the Dragon Slayer. He knows more about dragons than dragons. Also loves Legos. So, yeah. If I just want... Like, if I know I'm going into a battle where I'll want to start as a blue dragon, you can just adjust those nice and quick. So, hold on. Okay. Green Dragon Ryu doesn't have a weapon. Why does Green Dragon Ryu not have a weapon? Okay, so something broke. This one I actually need to look into because that's going to affect how I actually play. Let's see, Green Dragon... Yes. Okay. So at some point... I was removing their weapon. And I don't know exactly why. So this is the dragon buff that happened to bring me up to +2. What was I at +2? Did the dragon shift? Did the dragon buff happen appropriately? It did, because I'm at dragon scales +2. It's adding the claws, it's changing the claws, and then removing the old claws. So that all functioned as it should have. Dragon claws, dragon claws, dragon claws, dragon claws, dragon claws. I should also be... There we go. I need to find exactly why this broke. Okay. So, Mountain Peak. Let's start here at the bottom. It runs the dragon buff. Okay. So what am I missing? Why didn't that work? Dragon buff is the only thing that's affecting that. Has he just not been running them since the start? I have absolutely no idea where that broke. But that is going to be pretty annoying. I am going to have to fix that for this test save file. Let me take a look. Okay, I do have Dragon Claws +2 in my inventory. Oh! Oh! Dragon Claws +2 are labeled wrong. Dragon Claws +2 are not classified as a Dragon Claws weapon. That's why it was not able to equip them. It's not that they were removed, it's that it was invalid for them to be applied in the first place. Okay, that's why that broke. Perfect. Alright, that is easy. Then we will just add a quick thing here to the fireplace to equip Dragon Claws +2. And we will fix the save file. There. Okay, Dragon Claws +2. And save. And that was just for debugging. We don't need to fix that anymore. Alright. That was fixed. That was actually a problem that could have affected my ability to keep going. Alright, let's continue. Quill Quickcard, the creator of the world of insert RPG name here. He rules over everything. Yeah, I do. Alright, now we just have to get back through this part of the cave, which is going to be a lot easier because of the tablet of auto-winning. Okay, this right here, this is a visual issue. I should have the ceiling tile extending over here. So we'll make a note of that. Fix a section of wall in the deep bottle cap mine. There is missing ceiling tile. Alright, moving on. And now we can finally exit the mines as intended. Be careful out there. You'll need a guide to safely cross some of the more dangerous parts of the tundra. You can hire guides in the town of Chill, just follow the road. Okay. So there's actually a few things I want to test first. So I'm going to hold down control, which in my debug mode lets me walk through walls. Because I need to make sure that all this stuff is actually blocked off like it's supposed to be. Dangerous pass here, nobody goes in except for Quartus. Dangerous pass here, nobody goes in except for Quartus. Okay, that functions. Yeah, I can't see anything. Okay, the wider part of the snowfield is inaccessible, like it should be. No way we're getting through that without somebody to guide us. Perfect. Okay. That is functioning exactly as intended. So now we will head back and actually continue like we should. To reach Chill, just follow the road. Be careful, monsters lurk in the snowy wilderness. Yes. So, if you go too far from the road, there are random encounters. But if you stay on the road, there are not random encounters. Whoop. Ryu, the last orange dragon. He is on a journey while it alive to see if his family is still alive. Alright, time for another minigame. Come inside and play a game of Monster Ball. A mash for all. This is another minigame that took hours to get to work. Well, hello there, you fine folks. Have you come to try your hand at Monster Ball? It's 50 bottle caps for a game. What is this? Monsters will appear in the area above us. Snowballs will appear on the counter near you. Your job is to hit those monsters with the snowballs. The big plant monster is worth 1 point. Goblins, skeletons, and slimes are worth 3. The demon is worth 5. If you hit nothing, you lose 1 point. Score big and win a prize. Care to try? It's 50 bottle caps. Yes. So, I'm actually going to go for as low a score as possible. Damn it. Because I actually added a special reward if you end it with as low a score as possible. Damn it. I think you have to be minus... Damn it. Minus 10 or something to get the reward for doing it super bad. Final score, -8. Oh. Okay. Let's do good now. Okay. Damn it. Alright, go for the cookies. Alright, we're gonna wait for the demon. Got him. Okay. Got him. That's another 15 points right there. Whoops. Final score, 107. That was amazing. The only other person I've ever seen score that high was that weird giant fellow, Portis. Here, you can have this. It's something he left here. And we want a copy of the Codex Astartes. A confusing book full of bizarre rules and rituals. Increases all of a character's stats by 5. We'll give that to Malter. Are you planning to add lore to enemy bosses, other stuff? Ask me, I have lore about anything. I may do that. Alright, so this minigame functions. Good. Moving on to the town of Chill. Well, it's been fun, you two, but I have to go check in at the local Pepsi branch. They get too worried if they don't hear from you for too long. You're leaving already? I got my own life, too. Alright. So Malter leaves. We arrive at the town of Chill. Welcome to Chill. Sorry you came at such a bad time. We have an inn. And honestly, I think this is where I'm going to call the stream for today. I'm getting to the point where I need to get up, move around, stretch myself out, get other things done today. So, yeah, that was a look at what we've been creating so far for the community RPG project. There's still a lot. Like, we're basically here on the map list. There is still all of this. There's a lot of stuff. Do you want a soil lore? I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but sure, go ahead. So, yeah, I'm going to continue this next week. I'm going to continue sort of showing off what we've built so far. Again, anyone who's new to this project, you are welcome to contribute. You can talk in the chat. You can leave comments on the videos and the streams. You can talk in the Discord that I have linked down in the description. This is a project that's been going on for several months. This is a project that is going to continue going on. There is a big, wide world to be filled in, and there's a lot that can still be added to this game. And I really want to keep making it just a strange, surreal, fascinating experience that everyone gets to participate in. I genuinely do my best to integrate any idea that is feasible. Soil, the ground, it's everywhere. If it was alive, you won't believe me. And I think you can already see just how far I'm willing to go to try and accommodate people. Like, when I started this project, I had no idea that Pepsi and soda would be a central theme to this world. But it is. I had no idea that our first party member would be an old lady inspired by Margaret Thatcher, but she is. I had no idea that our next party member would be knockoff elf Walter White, but he is. I had no idea that the first major town would basically have a freaking space elevator going out of it, but it does. And I want to continue advancing this game and adding all sorts of fun stuff to it. You can play it for yourself with the at the link down in the description. It's free. It is always going to remain free. And yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Why does the map look like a fish? I don't know. I hadn't ever really realized that. I guess it just does. So, thank you all so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. I do my RPG Maker streams on every Sunday morning, or whatever the equivalent is for you. I think that's going to be it for today. I will see you all on the next one, and it is time to make the sound to summon the end of the stream. Wow, 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 wow.